Hi, I'm James Coyle, client partner at SMRS, and I'm going to be talking to you about the work we carried out with my dentist to develop their employer brand, developing their strengths and bringing their brand to life in a style that was a million miles away from anything else in their sector. So who are my dentist? They're the largest dental services provider in Europe with more than 650 practices across the UK. Their workforce is made up of 5,000 employees and 3,000 self-employed associate dentists, all serving 8 million patients who are a mixture of NHS and private. Having grown quickly through acquisition, my dentist was a successful business, but had also gained a reputation as a faceless organisation that put profits before patients, which was far from the truth. So our challenge was to uncover the real truth and communicate the reality of life and work at my dentist. Luckily, they had a lot of good things going on. We just needed to uncover these stories and give my dentist an employer brand identity that was an accurate reflection of who they were, not who people perceived them to be. We developed their employer brand using our 6-step process. While every branding project is different, we always follow these 6 steps. We find they work for branding projects of all sizes, and together they make sure you end up with a creative, authentic, and distinctive brand. The talk stage is all about understanding the size, scale, scope, and purpose of the project, which means getting key stakeholders involved from the start. Dig is the research stage, which can include anything from desk research, online surveys, right through to workshops with the leadership team. The develop stage is where we draw out key themes from the research and build the employer brand attributes and proposition. Express is where we get creative and develop a creative expression for the brand, including look, feel, and tone of voice. The share stage is where we bring the brand to life both inside and outside of the organisation, across each segment of the talent lifecycle. And finally, tune is where we make sure the brand is landing well with our audiences, monitoring the impact it's having, and making changes to it as required. And now I'm going to take you through each of these stages and the journey we went on with my dentist so you can see these stages come to life, starting with the talk stage. At the talk stage, we met with key stakeholders from across the business to understand what they were looking to achieve and what the scope of the project was. And here's what they told us. They wanted an authentic brand, one built on facts and from their people. It needed to represent all areas of the business. More than 50% of their people aren't dentists, so it needed to work for support functions, operations, and field staff too. They wanted their brand to differentiate them from their competitors. All of the messaging and creative executions in the dental sector are all very samey, so they wanted a brand that made them stand out from the crowd. They wanted the brand to address the misconceptions people had about them and help shake off the big bad corporate perception people had of them. And they wanted a toolkit of assets to go to market with, externally to support attraction, but also internally to engage and motivate their current employees. So once we knew what the brief was, we put together a full proposal to meet these needs, starting with the dig stage. During this stage, we really got to know my dentist, what it was like to work there, what the culture was like, what career opportunities there were, and what made a my dentist person. We carried out extensive research to get the answers to all of these questions, including interviews with 5 members of the leadership team, focus groups with associate dentists, overseas dentists, practice managers, and dental nurses, an online survey which was completed by 1,716 employees from across the business, and overall the research was really positive. Despite a few grumbles, my dentist people were really proud and happy to be part of my dentist, and there were lots of reasons why. These are just a selection of quotes from the research that shows some of the reasons people love working there. And very quickly, key themes emerge from the research. Once people know my dentist, they love them. There's so much good stuff going on that just wasn't being shared externally. The size of the organisation represents the size and scale of the career opportunities. As the UK's largest provider of dental care, there's huge opportunity for career growth, upwards or sideways, and plenty of chances to learn, develop, and progress. Putting patients first is a priority. My dentist's vision is to offer the best quality care and choice for patients. They are uncompromising in their commitment to providing high quality care and always try to do the right thing. You have the support to focus on being the best you can be. Being part of a large team means that everyone is available to focus on what really matters, doing their own particular job exceptionally well. There's a real community feel. Your team supports you. Other practices all support each other. You can always pick up the phone and ask for help. It was clear my dentists want to create the culture of a family business within the bounds of a larger organisation. And we can shape our future. There's fresh energy and real momentum building. there's a sense that My Dentist, as market leaders with a massive patient base, should be the flag bearers for dentistry in the UK. And from these themes, we developed the attributes or brand pillars of My Dentist employer brand, which are also being used as My Dentist's internal strengths. These attributes are patients first. At My Dentist, patients come first. It's as simple as that. Their oral health, the quality of care they receive, the experience they get, nothing matters more. My Dentist treats their patients like they're one of the family. So whatever they need and wherever they are, My Dentist are proud to always deliver high quality, affordable individual care. Community Matters talks about how My Dentists are at their very best when their team feels like a family and they are connected to the communities they serve. Altogether Better is about teamwork. My Dentists work as one team, both clinical and operational, to support their patients. With the largest network of local practices in the UK all working together, they offer their teams everything they need, from marketing, HR and referrals to access to the right materials, equipment and clinical support. A Place to Grow is about the development opportunities on offer at My Dentist. No matter your role, My Dentist aspire to have the right career structure in place for their employees to grow and progress. With resources like Dentistry's only in-house academy, a career with My Dentist really can last a lifetime. Surprisingly brilliant. My Dentist aren't some faceless corporate. Get to know them and you quickly realise how much power you have to get things done as part of a great local team. With brilliant people who are trusted to get on to do their jobs and one shared goal, you'll be surprised at what you can be achieved. Restlessly ambitious. My Dentist always strive to improve. They may be the market leaders, but they're never satisfied. They are restless in their pursuit of quality, innovation, and the best care. They haven't always got everything right, but they learn from their mistakes. Everyone has a voice and everyone can make a difference. And on top of these attributes, we have the My Dentist employer proposition, which brings them all together and encapsulates what it feels like to work for My Dentist. Their elevator pitch. We exist to look after our patients and provide the highest standard of care we possibly can. Passionate about people, we go out of our way to deliver an outstanding experience that's second to none. Because being the best drives us, leading the charge excites us, and setting the standard for UK dental excellence is what we always aim to do. We support our people to aim high too, to explore every opportunity to grow, develop, and be exceptional. Our size, scope, and resources offer a learning environment that has to be seen to be believed, an environment in which you're encouraged to believe in yourself and always supported to achieve your full potential. Discover the time, space, and opportunity to achieve the career you always wanted. And at the heart of all of this is the big idea that we came up with, a reason to smile, which sums up My Dentist perfectly. Whether you're a colleague or a patient, My Dentist gives everyone a reason to smile. And the important word here is reason, because this highlights the fact that My Dentist causes an emotional response in people. It makes you feel good about yourself, whether that's because you're proud of the job you do or happy with the treatment you've received. To bring the brand to life, we introduced an illustrative style that is bright, friendly and fun, as well as being indicative of My Dentist brand personality. It also enables us to show in an original and unexpected way that being together, acting as a community and having the support to focus and shine is what sets My Dentist apart from its competitors. At My Dentist, their staff take time to put patients first, support each other to be exceptional and find enjoyment in the moment. And that's exactly what our creative displays. Each execution focuses on how people here work together in an environment that offers the time, space and support necessary for you to achieve, succeed and be happy. We developed an illustration to showcase each of the My Dentist strengths. Within each execution, the tooth represents the patient and the people and illustrations around it show the related strength. The medal in the patient's first illustration shows that patients are exactly that, front and centre and at the heart of everything My Dentist does. The balloons lifting off with the tooth attached demonstrates how My Dentist are restlessly ambitious, always aiming high and looking to improve. The tree in the academy showcase the development opportunities in the Place to Grow illustration. The Community Matters illustration depicts the great work My Dentist does in the local communities they support. In the surprisingly brilliant illustration, we're putting My Dentist in the spotlight, no longer waiting for people to find out why they're a great place to work, but shouting about it. And the human triangle, made up of people across the business, clinical and non-clinical, shows how My Dentist are altogether better. Together, the 6 strengths work beautifully to showcase the overall My Dentist culture and employer brand. We wanted the My Dentist employer brand to quite literally be created by My Dentist people. So we held a competition encouraging people to choose the strength that resonated most strongly with them and explain why. The prize? A chance to be immortalised as an ambassador in our new employer brand. The chosen ambassadors were invited to a video and photo shoot at My Dentist Academy in Manchester and were transformed into avatars. The brand was launched at My Dentist's annual conference, and we developed assets for use across the talent lifecycle, from attraction materials through selection and onboarding, learning and development, talent management, and engagement. And here are just a selection of the assets we've produced so far. Videos and illustrations of the ambassadors talking about the reasons why they love working for My Dentist, which were used across the career site and social channels. And here's a video of Laura, one of the practice managers, talking about how for her, My Dentist is a place to grow.
My name is Laura McClelland, I'm a practice manager and I have Hartlepool 2 and Newlands. I decided to become a practice manager once I was working within My Dentist. It wasn't something I'd thought about at other dental practices I'd worked in. As I was given more responsibility as a lead dental nurse, I realised it was something I could handle and I would be up for the challenge with a practice manager's role. Looking at where I've came from to where I am now with My Dentist, it makes me feel really good, and also it shows that I can offer that to other team members now. When I'm doing interviews and interviewing student dental nurses, I can tell them the progression within the company. They're not just going to be a dental nurse, there's other options for them. An example would be I had a newly qualified dental nurse move from another site to my site because I offered orthodontics, and now she's on the orthodontic nursing course. So even though she couldn't have grew in that role in her practice she was in, she's changed over to my practice and I can offer that to her now. My Dentist differs from working at an independent practice because the support's already there. Things when I've had problems with staff, I could ring employee relations and they would give me advice on how to deal with that situation. If something's broke, I ring facilities, I send somebody out to fix it, the support's already there. What makes me really proud of is when the team are as excited about things as I am, so when my positivity has rubbed off on them, and if we've hit a target or we've achieved sort of a patient give great feedback on the practice, you can tell it uplifts the practice as a whole. My ambitions of the future is to still be a practice manager. This was my goal and I'm happy sort of within this at the moment.
We developed a new careers website showcasing the brand across all roles and business areas. We rebranded their referral scheme and introduced the brand across internal comms. And here are examples of some of the event stands and accompanying print collateral we produced for them. And we've not stopped there. As well as supporting with additional assets and ensuring the brand gets as far around the talent lifecycle as possible, we're working with our contacts at My Dentist to measure the brand's impact and refining it to make sure it's connecting with My Dentist talent in the right way. We're doing this by carrying out things like online pulse surveys, focus groups, online tracking and workshops to see how the brand's being received, what impact it's having, and how it can be improved.